A very good afternoon from Buriram, the Chang International Circuit in east of Thailand. It is the venue for round one of the Asia Road Racing Championships. We're back with you after 2 years. Barry Russell alongside Des Corkill in the commentary box for this afternoon. And Barry, the conditions, the circuit, the racing yesterday, everything is going splendidly well.
Conditions almost identical to yesterday, I'd say, Des. In warm-up this morning, we saw some lower lap times. The air temperature was hot, around 33, 34 degrees, even at 10 a.m. But of course, the sun hadn't been soaking into the tarmac for another few hours as it is now. Yesterday afternoon, we saw track temperatures in excess of 60 degrees.
36.4 degrees, it's warm and sunny, very little wind, 44% humidity. So for us, it's fabulous. For the racers, might be a little bit daunting. However, it's the racers who are the main thing. We've got 4 categories coming up for you throughout the afternoon. We start with the underbone, the 150cc, the little buzzy bees that go flying around. Let's have a look at what happened yesterday. Race 1 of the Asia Road Racing Championships, a bizarre start for the pole sitter, Ayu Uezo. He was left in isolation, the Team 1 for All racer, because P2 and P3 went out on the formation lap. It caused a real lot of confusion in the early stages, Barry Russell.
That was the start of what turned out to be a race of attrition, because we lost about a third of the field, probably more than that, during the course of the race. But that was a couple of early dropouts that are to be regretted, because we need to see riders of the caliber of Nazrul Izzat and Hafid Pratamaditya on the grid and competing for the win here today.
The attrition that you spoke about, there were 4 did not start, there were 5 did not finishers, but those guys who did finish, well, we had a debut from Jordan Badaru on the Honda Supra. We rarely see the Hondas doing well in underbone, and yet they placed 2 and 4 in the final analysis, so maybe we're getting a little bit more bike competition into the underbones.
Absolutely. I think there's only 4 Hondas in this field, in fact. Yamaha has very much been the underbone of choice.
In the race itself, we're getting down, it's an 8-lap race for the underbones. It's a 4.5 kilometer circuit, and it can have its problems. Wayu Ajitrilaksana in the green livery. He looked beautifully placed for much of this race. He looked very much in control, either P1 or P2, but when it came down to the business end of the race, he was suddenly swallowed up. He made a mistake, got swallowed up by the rest of the pack.
Yeah, although speaking to him after that, he was pleased to get points at the board. He did have disappointments in 2019 and 2018. But yesterday he put a decent race together and picked up 16 points. There we go.
This is the final corner, the notorious corner 12. Casualties, 2 taken out. Izzat Zaidi Salahan from Malaysia, from the Pittsbike JRT one way. He only came into the reckoning late on. Jordan picking up a P2. Wayu Ajitrilaksana picking up P3. That was yesterday's underbone action.
Yeah, that was a beautifully timed race by Izzat.
Okay, these are live pictures now, and the starting grid is there. I'm looking eagle-eyed with the drone at the opportunity to have we got P2 and P3 on the circuit today. This is the circuit, corner 12. It's impossible not to talk about corner 12 of this circuit, Barry Russell.
Corner 12 decided the result of every race yesterday afternoon, and who's to say it won't be the same today? Nobody ran away at the front of the pack in any of the classes, and nobody ever seems to run away with the underbones, for sure.
Yesterday, Izzat Zaidi picking up the win. Jordan Badaru, Wayu Ajitrilaksana, but a greater race also for Dimas Julie at Moko, as the Chang girls get themselves ready, and we'll have a chance to have a look at maybe 1 or 2 of the riders. I'm really keen to see if Hafid is on the grid and Nazrul Izzat. This is Iuzu, Team 1 for All. He was qualifying in P1, finished 6th yesterday, but really strange because he was low, he was high, he was low, he was high, couldn't make up his mind.
Yep, so he needs to put a better race together today. I saw him about 30 minutes ago, deep in conversation with team owner Wee Chi Wee, the 125 GP legend, who will have been pointing him in the right direction.
Hafid Pratamaditya, glad to see you there. Hopefully you can start the race this time. And similarly to Nazrul Izzat Mohammed. Nazrul Izzat won the first race in the Capri Championships over in Malaysia. So he's a guy in form. So him missing out on a DNS yesterday, very, very frustrating for the Yuma racing rider. So they are the pole 1, 2, and 3. It wasn't like that yesterday. It was crazy yesterday. Izzat Zaidi came through to take the victory yesterday from P4. Confidence will be high.
Confidence will be high. We've seen him on the top step of the podium here in years gone by. He's an extremely canny underbone racer.
Ahmed Afif Amran from Malaysia as well, who's leading the Capri Championships for the Cardinals racing team. He's the only Cardinals racer out there, but he's a very, very capable racer. Round one, well, Ahmed Afif, I think he was one of the DNFs, I think, Ahmed Afif. No, he's not. He came, 9 points he picked, came in P7. April King Moscado, the underbone champion in the Philippines. He's used to winning races.
He's used to winning races, and he was looking good yesterday, most of the way through. Most of the way through this race. But where did he finish yesterday? He was
P9 in the end.
P9, yeah.
He was about 5 seconds off P1. So not too far off the pace, he can get there. Now, a pal of yours for Team One for All, Piraponglu Boingpeng. I believe you had a word with him just beforehand.
I did have a word with him. He's the only Thai rider here. He's on his home track, so I gave him some instructions.
And that instruction was?
The instruction was P1.
Okay, P1 for him. Waya Ajitrilaksana, who was looking like he was very, very strong for P1, the former champion. However, the Team 1 XOX TKR racing rider finished P3 in the end. Alongside him will be Kubita Kreshna, who was one of the DNFs yesterday.
Yes, he was. Disappointment there. He was first in qualifying on Friday and ended up 6th or 6th in qualifying.
We have got 18 racers out on the circuit. There are 2 who didn't have a chance to put in a qualification time. They missed yesterday. Looks like they're missing today. That's Hafiza Rofa and Ahmed Fazli Sham from the Team 1 XOX TKR racing team. They are missing. That is a disastrous start for the season. So we are all just about tuned and ready to go.
Yep, and we saw the drone shot there, which gives a really nice perspective of this Chang International circuit.
Formation lap. Everybody is out there, but everybody was out there at the formation lap this time yesterday. Let's hope they're there today. That is a beautiful drone shot. I do like that one. That's new at the Boram circuit. That's the turn into the long straight. Let's run through the starting grid. You got Ueso, Team One for All in P1. Hafid Pratamaditya from Nosandi from Pitspike in P2. Nazrul Izzat he missed out yesterday in P3. Izzat Zaidi, the winner yesterday in 4, alongside Ahmed Afif Amran from Malaysia and Philippines, April King Moscado.
And P7, Piraponglu Boingpeng, Wayuaji Trilaksana, and another double champion, Gubita Kreshna, outside of him. P10, Ayman Tyrudin, Giancarlo Maurizio, another Philippine rider in P11, and 12, Shafiq Rosley.
Yeah, Shafiq Rosley from Malaysia. Dimas Juli Atmoko. Really, really good performance from Dimas Juli. P4 yesterday for LFN Indonesia racing team alongside Duk Tan, who was in the top 10. John Emerson Ngito crashed out on the very last corner. He'll be looking to complete the race today. But Daru came from P16 to take P2. And the second Vietnamese, Antoine, alongside Murabul Vitoni, they complete the 18 starters. As we get another view of this fabulous circuit. The circuit itself looks a little bit bitty. There's a resurfacing going on, but the riders are loving the tarmac.
Yeah, the circuit's in really good condition. All the riders have said the same thing. And it stood up incredibly well to the heat. The circuit's been used pretty much all the way through the pandemic shutdown, and everything's been kept working. The marshals are well trained.
We've got a problem. We have got another problem, I think. He's
That's one of the Cardinal machines, isn't it?
It's Ahmed Afif Amran. It is, you're dead right. And he was trying to grab the attention of his pit crew. So once again, we've got mechanical issues on the formation lap. Gosh, the formation lap in itself has become a story in the ARRC this season. And was that an awkward little look down as well there for one of the LFN Indonesia racing team boys?
Yeah, that was a little bit of a disconsolate look. Hopefully they can all get back to the grid and be ready to race. These are, of course, very highly tuned machines. So we've got one of the LFN machines there.
So they're both there, so LFN are okay, but it's Ahmed Afif Amran, I think, is the one we need to be worried about. He's meant to be starting in P5. He did get a finish yesterday, but he's one of the star names at 150cc in Malaysia. And if he was to get another disappointment here, well, P5, can we see him? It's bike number 50. So there's the pole sitter, Waiwezu. Alongside him, Hafid. Bike number 93 coming in there. 193, Duc Tan.
Yeah, good results for the Vietnamese riders yesterday as well. P8 and P10. They can be pleased with that.
Where is Ahmed Afif? Okay, he's there, he's there. He's there. The man late coming in is Izzat Zaidi, yesterday's race winner. There you go, there's a bit of showmanship. Okay, everybody is fit and ready and is on the grid, ready to go. When red lights go out, we will be underway. The start is good, very good from Iowezo. Yesterday he had a slow start with nobody for company. Today he's got a fast start. He's taken Hafid alongside with him, alongside Nazrul Izzat Zaidi. So everybody safely away, Barry Russell.
Yeah, that's good. Oyewezu took a bit of a wide line, turned in very late for that corner and just got mugged. I think that was by Afif Amran, who's a very good underbone mugger indeed.
Izzat Zaidi has made his way towards the front as well. Yesterday's race winner, Afif Amran, also in the midst of that, looking a little bit more relaxed than he did in the warm-up lap. It's just jockeying for position. Don't make any mistakes on this first lap, because it's 8 laps for the underbones. It's a long old circuit, particularly these long straights. They can have a real impact on you. But the man who's leading the way is Ahmed Afif Amran. And well, by underbone standards, he's got himself a healthy lead, but he'll soon be swallowed up by the pack.
Absolutely, and you can see the effect of the slipstream from the results yesterday, the podium results, because Jordan Barderu and
down P16.
Yeah.
Jordan and Ingito as well. We'll keep an eye on Ingito, bike number 22, because he raced very well in Ingito yesterday, and the results won't show it as being very good, because he finished way out of the points because he was taken out on the 12th corner.
Yeah, and he took himself out during Super Pole, so he had a really rough day yesterday at turn 12.
Everybody has a rough day at turn 12. So Wahyu Aji Trilaksana once again, the green livery of the Indonesian. He does like to lead from the front, doesn't he? He's one of those who doesn't like to be boxed in amongst the runners and riders towards the middle of the pack.
Yeah, he likes a bit of elbow room, but he's being denied it very firmly. But we did see some of the best, I think, of Wahyu Aji Trilaksana yesterday. That's a nice lineup he's got himself for turn 12.
Well, he did for 6 laps yesterday. He was leading into corner 12 or second in corner 12 in each lap yesterday. Hafid leads from Wahyu Aji, Nazrul Izzat, Afif Amran, Gupita Krishna, April King Moscado, Giancarlo Maurizio. So the two Filipinos playing catch-up with each other. Uezo, Shafiq Rosley and Dimas Julie. But it's very tight, very congested. The good news, we've not lost anybody.
Absolutely. Yeah, very pleased to see that. And we got two neat lines of, reasonably neat lines of underbones.
Just looking at the two Vietnamese, they keeping themselves towards the back of the pack, Antoine and Duc Tam, whether or not that's deliberate or just because they're struggling a little bit with the pace as everybody now gets used to the circuit, used to the conditions, used to being back on the Asian scene. It can be a bit mind-blowing, because you can be great in your own domestic category, and then you go into best of Asia and it all steps up a notch.
It definitely does, yeah, absolutely. But some of these guys have stepped up really well, and our friend who finished second, Jordan, yesterday, was definitely one of those.
Certainly was. Wahyu Aji Trilaksana still leading the way as we have a look at 202 Dimas Yuliak Moko, who's moved up from 10 into the top 5. Onto the intricate part of this circuit where you're constantly shifting weight, constantly be eyes in the back of your head, who's around you, who's in front of you, who's making a move inside, outside. It's all about keeping out of trouble at this stage.
Yeah, Gupta Krishna there looking good in P3.
Ahmed Afif Amran in P2 as well. He is highly regarded I tell you. And for Cardinals to actually bring just one racer and it be Ahmed Afif Amram, yeah, there's a budgetary element to it as well, but he's also an outstanding racer.
Yes, he is. We've seen a good deal of him in ARRC as they duck down. Nobody's getting right under the screen, as they sometimes do. There's too much going on around them.
Jordan Badaru nearly had a moment then, but it'll actually be Murabil Vitoni who leads from Nazrul Izzat. Now, Vitoni was a complete non-starter yesterday. He's the third of the LFN racing teams. He's bike number 157.
Nazrul getting himself back to the front.
This is better. Yeah, yesterday there was too much attrition. Yesterday we had so many non-starters. We've had 2 non-starters today, admittedly, but yesterday it was better, and people are taking different lines, coming down the long main straight. Yeah, this is Underbone. This is more like it.
Yeah, that's nice to see. We had 2 neat lines the previous lap. This time they were all over the place. There's plenty of room for these small 150cc motorcycles, which, by the way, we're hitting speeds of 177 was the fastest on the long straight yesterday through the speed trap.
Certainly was. They can shift just a little bit. 87, Nazrul Izzat Bahauddin. He's on the outside there. Again, they're spread right across the full width of the circuit. Then they'll come into the apex, trying to just get the right line. Still Wayu Aji Trilaksana. Look at the green livery of Wayu Aji. Does like to be leading from the front. We are on lap 3 of 8. The Underbone 150cc, race 2 of 12 planned for the 2022 Asia Road Racing Championship season.
Yeah, Wayu Aji just got his nose chopped off by fellow Indonesian double champion Peter Kreshner, but he's got it back, and Afif Amram just behind them. Look at the quality in this field; it's incredible.
Gupita, he was frustrated yesterday that he crashed out. I can't see anyone running away with this championship because there's too many good racers, as Gupita in the blue goes on the outside of Wayu Aji Trilaksana. Ahmed Afif takes the inside line. Bike 22 coming in there is John Emerson Ngito. So Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines. Somebody had a
save.
What a save. That's one of the Yamaha, the Uma Racing Yamahas. I think it might have been April King.
Yeah, I think it was. He's not at the front, but it was nicely saved. That will go viral on YouTube.
Izzat Zaidi is struggling just a little bit at the moment. Yesterday's race winner is down in P15. Let's have a look at what happens here. Oh, slams on the brakes. Nearly high sides, comes off the bike. Foot down on the floor, Barry.
Yep, and back up again. That would be a lot more difficult to do on a conventional motorcycle.
Even so, it's some save.
Absolutely. We've got one of the one for all bikes at the front, one for all Yamahas, one at the front, one towards the back, and that's Birapong at the front.
I think it was Shafiq Grosley, the man who did the little stunt riding element in the middle of the race, and he is back on, but he's trailing a little bit at the moment. Yeah, it confirmed it was Shafiq Grosley, as Gupita Kreshner leads from Ahmed Afif Amran. And then coming through is Izzat Zaidi. Ahmed Afif. Now we're getting a little bit more of a train. Now we're just getting a little bit spread out as we approach the halfway line. 87 coming through. Nazrul Izzat.
And John Emerson Minguito also up there again.
Afif Amram from Malaysia leads the way. He's being shadowed by Murabil Vitoni, who was a non-finish yesterday. Cardinals Racing Team Malaysia, best time of 2:04. Fastest lap so far from Dimas Juli Apmoko, a 2:03.656.
Hafid coming through. Hafid Pratamaditya.
Shafiq Grosley still at the back. Ahmed Afif Amran leading the way as we come to the halfway point of this race. It is indeed at halfway. Ahmed Afif Amran, Nazrul Izzat, followed by Hafid Pratamaditya, then Ayman Tarudin, Dimas Juli, Gupita Kreshner, Murabil Vitoni, John Emerson Ngito, Pitapong Boimpeng, and Uezo down in P10.
And just to show you what a lottery this is, the fastest lap, which is 2:03.073, is by the man in 12th place, Shafiq Rosli.
Well, he did. To be fair, he did do a little pirouette halfway through the race. So
It definitely wasn't that lap, but yeah, you can be fastest man on the track and in P12 in this class.
Izzat Zaidi, yesterday's winner, is in P13 as we speak. Ahmed Afif Amran still leading the way. Tell you what, this boy is really one to watch out for. I keep talking about Wayoaji Trilaksana and Gupita Krishna, but Ahmed Afif Amran is a rider who is confident. He's used to winning races. He knows how to win races, and he's got the whole focus of the Cardinals racing team behind him.
Yeah, and it's a good dynamic in this class to see the more experienced champions and the less experienced ones, riders coming through.
We just had confirmation of Shafiq Rosli, that fastest lap, 203.073. Not many have gone inside 204. Uezu, who's down in P10, was pole sitter. He's had a 203.
Yeah, once again, pogoing up and down.
That is exactly what he's doing. Punk is coming back into fashion, courtesy Uezu. Leading the way, though. Well, Afif Amran has just had that lead taken by Nazrul Izzat. Remember, Nazrul Izzat was on the first row of the grid, qualified on Saturday morning with a lap time of 2:03.350, getting up to speeds approaching 170 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, and he was fast all the way through free practice and the test on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Ayman Taroudin, bike 55, the teammate of Afif Amran. And it's Afif who leads with 3 laps to go, and he's pulled away a little bit. He's taken Nazrul Izzat with him. Shafiq Rosli is up into P3. Shafiq, who did the stunt work, Dimas Julian, Ayman Taroudin, John Emerson and Guito, Murabil. So still a long way to go. We've still got a third of the race to go, but this is building up very nicely.
Yeah, and just looking a bit further down, Wayoaji has dropped behind the pogoing Uezu down to P11.
Interesting that the both Filipinos are struggling. April King Moscado down in P15, although we did just post a time inside 2:04. Fastest lap, Shafiq Rosli, again, a 2:02.650. He's the only guy inside 2:02. We've got a casualty. We've got a casualty, and I think it's one of the Filipinos.
Possibly a break down there, and Afif, as you said, Des, trying to make a break, but the slipstream effect makes that really difficult.
Ayman Taroudin in P2. I do apologise. There's 2 Cardinals racing riders. I'd forgotten all about Ayman Taroudin. He's the younger of the 2, but Ahmed Afif Amran, gosh, he's got himself a good 40 meters there. Nazrul Izzat is trying to lead the chase. Taroudin is also in there, but Nazrul Izzat in P4.
Yeah, so he's literally got his head down, Afif Amran, and he'll be looking to see if he can break the toe. It's so rare to see a breakaway in this class.
Particularly this far from home. This is a long way to go. There's still over, what, 12, 13 kilometers still to race.
Yeah.
That's a big gap.
Let's see as they go across the line.
Taroudin has gone alongside with him. So he'll come into corner number 12, and this is when we'll get an accurate difference between him. So it's Cardinals racing 1 and 2 going into corner number 12. Taroudin goes very, very wide, but Ahmed Afif Amran, he crosses the line first now. Dimas Julie leading in P2. The lead is 2.2 seconds. That's a big lead.
That is a big lead. Can he keep it? He should be able to, because they're not close enough to catch his draft.
Taroudin took a very, very wide line there, so a big lead for Ahmed Afif Amran. Head down, hunkers down over the handlebars and tries to keep on this long straight. When you're on your own, you've got no slipstream around you, but it looks like he's maintained that lead as he goes into the hairpin first. Dimas Julie is chasing, Izzat Zaidi is chasing as well, but Wayoaji Trilaksana is the man who's leading the pack, and you can see him, he's urging everybody, let's slipstream. We can't let Ahmed Afif get away.
Yeah, this is peloton tactics, trying to help each other back up towards the man at the front.
Let's see how much help there is on the last corner.
But that's some proper daylight that Afif Amran has put between himself and the rest of the field.
Peloton is working hard behind him, trying to get close. Hafid was who's dropped out. Hafid for the second time. Pratamaditya, I told you somebody's dropped out. It looks like it's Hafid because he's in P18 at the moment. And hasn't got a lap time for Sector 2. So a nightmare weekend for Hafid. He got himself in P2 in qualification. He's got no interest in this race as we come towards the latter stages of the penultimate lap. Dimas Julie leading the charge. Vitoni's in there as well. Wayu Aji in the green. He's chasing, but he's held on to this lead, Barry Russell.
Yeah, he has, and I'm just looking at another really good performance by Dimas Julie, you just mentioned.
Pirapong Luboimpeng has come into it. He's maybe listening to what you said. Right, we go into the last lap. Pirapong is just eased out into P4 or P5. Ahmed Afi Framran made a run from home. The lead was 2.2 seconds. It's inside 2 seconds now. Go, go, go. He doesn't need any encouragement. Ahmed Afi Framran, Cardinals Racing Team. What a tactic. If he is able to hold on, this will be a phenomenal win, but there's still 4 kilometers to race.
Yeah, and some very interesting suspects in the chasing pack. Nazarul is there. Dimas is there, who's been impressive. Shafiq, who has been really quick.
April King Moscardo, the latest with the fastest lap of 2:02.529. I watched April King Moscardo a lot last year on the Filipino circuits, and he's a very, very useful racer, but even in this company is struggling. Ahmed Afi Framran, Cardinals Racing 1 and 2. Tahirudin has got himself back in. Confirmation, fastest lap, April King Moscardo. You know what? They're not going to catch him. If they do, it's phenomenal, but he's still got that 2-second lead.
Yep, they're not going to do anything about that on this one, and Fifan Ram is too good to give it away. That was nearly a little touch on the rear end, which would have ended in lots of tears.
Well, Wayuaji Chiliksana showed his experience there and was able to hold on. They're trying to close in, but they're going to run out of time. Wayuaji in P2, Dimas Julie in P3, but Ahmed Afi Famran from Cardinals Racing, he'd made a run from home from 3 laps out, and it looks like with half a lap to go, he's made a good judgment. Everybody, Wayuaji is now looking over his shoulder than leading the chase.
That's right. So the best Wayuaji can hope for, and unless there's a mistake from Afif, the best he can do is P2 this time.
157 is Murabil as they come into the final corner. This has been a fabulous performance from Ahmed Afi Framran. Ahmed Afi Framran will take it. Wayuaji Chiliksana, it looks like he's got it. Afif takes it. P2 is going to go to Wayuaji Chiliksana from Murabil Vitoni. The gap, 3 seconds. That does not happen in Underbone. That is phenomenal.
Yeah, look how pleased they are. That was a fantastic performance, and Wayuaji got it all right to win the fight for second place, because that's the best he could hope for that time. But what a great performance by Cardinals Racing.
What a sensational performance. A P9 for Ayman Tahirudin, his teammate. But look at that. The Indonesian racers are thrilled to bits because Murabil has got himself a P3. Didn't finish yesterday, P3 today, but this is the team. Cardinals Racing, Tahirudin doing a great job. But Ahmed Afif Amran, you can see the smile. He is beaming under that helmet. And you're going to have to talk to the boy in just a short while, Barry.
Oh, yes, I am.
And so Barry will head off towards the Park Ferme, where he's doing interviewing duties. And Ahmed Afif Amran, it is a remarkable performance. He made a sprint for home, 3 laps from the end. He got himself 2 seconds clear. And look at that, he's finished 3 seconds clear of Wayuaji Chiliksana on the 1X2X TKR Racing Team. Yamaha 1, 2, and 3. Hondas of Dimas and Jordan Badaru, a P5 for Jordan. No wonder they're excited. 3, 4, and 5 for the LFN Indonesia Racing Team. April King Moscardo from Philippines in 6. Nazarul Izzat in P7. Ayman Tahirudin, a very good 9. John Emerson Agito makes the top 10. Izzat Zaidi, yesterday's race winner, finishing in 11th. Uezo, fastest in qualification, finishing 12th. Shafiq Rosley had a fastest lap for many times, but finished 13. Anton in the points, and Pitapong Luboimpeng caught up by the crowd. Duc Ton finishing in P16 and out of the points for Honda Racing Vietnam. Giancarlo Maurizio was 9 seconds down, and Hafid Pratama Madiatya, well, his weekend really was a frustrating one. Well, crowd looking on. Very little Thai interest there other than Pirapong, but he was P15. But Ahmed Afif Amran, we spoke about his ability. We spoke about how well he's done on the Cup Prix circuit in Malaysia. I was belatedly giving credit to Tairudin, his teammate. Tairudin played spoiler for a lot of the time, but this was all the work of Ahmed Afif Amran to win by 3 seconds. No wonder he's got the big hugs, and the team have set this up absolutely perfectly. That is fabulous. A really strong performance from Cardinals Racing. And after a P7 yesterday and 9 points, it's a 25-point haul. Tell you who will also be very, very happy, and we saw the reaction from the LFN Indonesia racing team, but Jordan Badaru has picked up an extra 11 points. Ahmed Afif Amran, just having a little look back at, he started in P5. But the way he pushed forward was absolutely remarkable. Waiwaji Trilaksana, back-to-back podiums for him. A P3 yesterday, followed by a P2 today. That's the green in the middle. So Waiwaji's had a good weekend. He's on 36 points. Izzat Zaidi, yesterday's race winner, 11th today. So Waiwaji will probably be the very, very early race championship leader. Okay, let's go and see if we can catch up with Barry Russell. And he is in the Parc Ferme, hopefully talking to our top 3.
And we're here in Parc Ferme with the 3rd place finisher, Murabel Vitoni. Murabel, this is your first trip to ARRC. How was that race for you?
Ya, alhamdulillah kepada Tuhan. Yeah, I'm very happy because race 1 I am problem di motor, and then alhamdulillah race 2 I am podium 3. Yeah, thank you my team, my crew, my family, my love. Thank you so much.
Murabel, congratulations. That was a fantastic performance. And we're here now with 2nd place man, stepping up 1 place from yesterday's finish, Waiwaji Trilaksana. Waiwaji, you couldn't quite stay there with Afif Amran, but you did win the race for P2. How was that race for you?
Yeah, in the first I changed my strategy, but Afif and teammate have a strategy, and I don't know. And then in the last lap, I try push my back, but Afif very, very, very fast. And then I think as number 2 is good for me and good team, because in the classement, my first. And then thank you for my team, and then my boss for now. I'm looking forward for the round 2. Yeah.
That's a fantastic job. 2 good finishes, lots of points on the board. Congratulations, Waiwaji. And now we're going to go to the winner, Afif Amran. Afif, it's impossible to break away at the front in the underbone 150 class. How did you do that?
First, I want to say, Alhamdulillah, thank you for my team, Cardinal Racing, because hard working this weekend, rending my bike, also my suspension, and now we have fine-tune, the best fine-tune, and we have a good result race 2. And race 2, I plan myself to push every lap until final lap.
It was an extraordinary performance. Were you surprised that you were able to break away?
Yeah, after 2 years, no ride ARC and beat track, and also I try to push myself to the best for the next line.
Afif, congratulations. Enjoy the rest of the day. And that's it from...
Race highlights of race number 2 of the season in the Underbone 150cc category. Thankfully, all the casualties of yesterday, where we had 4 did-not starters, didn't happen today, and we had all 18 on the grid with the absences of Hafiza Rosa and Ahmed Fazli Sham, of course. However, once we got underway, Ahmed Afif Amran from the Cardinals Racing Team, you can see him in the lime green wheels. He was very, very close to the top, as was Murabil Vitoni. He was a non-finisher yesterday. Team One for All's Uezo, who was on pole in the yellow and red, he was pushed out into P12. But the Indonesian categories here, the Murabil Dimas groups, they were very, very strong today. Midway through, there was no indication of what was going to happen, but just about here, 3 laps to go, Ahmed Afif Amran for the Cardinals Racing Team makes a big move. That's where we lost Hafid Pratamadieta from Indonesia, so a nightmare weekend for him. But look at the lead that's been established by Ahmed Afif Amran. It is really, really rare to see somebody get 2 seconds clear and then be able to hold off the peloton efforts of the chasing pack. But Ahmed Afif Amran went into the last lap with a 2.2 second lead, and he was able to hold on behind them. Wayuaji Trilaksana has to just ease his way back into contention, whereas Ahmed Afif Amran was 3 seconds clear when we went over the line. Wayuaji Trilaksana will pick up P2. Murabil Vitoni will pick up P3 ahead of Dimas Juli Apmoko. Really good day for LFN Indonesia Racing Team, because they got 3, 4, 5, but that's the reaction for Cardinals Racing, and Ahmed Afif Amran winning this race by an unheard of 3 seconds. Live pictures now, and Barry Russell having just completed the interview with a clearly delighted Ahmed Afif Amran. And he looked really cool about it. He made the early move 3 laps from home. He didn't seem surprised that he was able to hold on. He said he was, but it didn't seem it.
No, he did say he was, but that was, I think it was just a plan that paid off. In reality, you can't expect to win an underbone race by 3 seconds.
It's unheard of. Maybe the long straights, maybe that helps here, but normally the long straights help the chasing pack. Murabil Vitoni for the LFN Indonesia Racing Team. What a performance for LFN, 3, 4 and 5 today.
Yeah, and for LFN to get on the podium in round 1, that's fantastic.
And with all the COVID problems that One XDKR Racing Team have had, Wayuaji Trilaksana has done pretty well to pick up 2 podiums this weekend.
Yeah, that's 36 points on the board. We'll look at the championship position shortly.
I think it puts him a couple of points clear of the man who won race number 2, Ahmed Afif Amran, in quite remarkable style, taking it by over 3 seconds. We'll talk more about that after the Malaysian national anthem, Negaraku. So the sponsorship adornments go on. And the man making the presentation today is Stefan Karapier, the FIM Asia president. It's been worth his while coming along. He's seen some really, really good racing. For the first time this weekend, the race wasn't decided on the final corner. And that's because Ahmed Afif Amran absolutely blew the field away, which is so, so rare in underbone racing and makes the performance even that more remarkable. As he's adorned by the Malaysia flag, Ahmed Afif Amran. That'll give him immense confidence going into the rest of the season, Barry.
Absolutely, yeah.
Team award to Cardinals Racing Team. They were delighted. They were kissing the floor, hot though it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's guaranteed blisters. In a place you really don't want them.
The KYT helmets will be handed out by Tongchai Wangsawan, the president of the MFSCT. Is the man. I like the way the podium here is opposite the main stand, so the fans can actually get to see what goes on. Very often the main podium is in the main stand itself.
Absolutely, and one of the things that I found really pleasing about this weekend is that there are a lot of fans in the stand.
Yes, yeah. A lot of bikes outside as well, which is
great. Absolutely.
Fabulous roads around Buriram to come into the area.
Yeah,
and a fabulous race as well from Ahmed Afif Amran. P2 for Wayu Arji Trilaksana, who I think will be top of the pile, and Murabil for Team LFN. What a great weekend for them. They've 2 podiums for LFN, as well as a 3-4-5 today.
Once again, please give a big round of applause to the winner of race 1 on boat 150cc.
Properly international. We're in Thailand, celebrating a Malaysian winner with Indonesian 2 and 3. Let's have a look at the standings. It is Wayawaji 2 points clear of Ahmed Afif Amran. Izzat Zaidi, yesterday's winner, 30 points in P3. Behind them, Jordan, who I think was demoted a place just today, 28 points. Dimas Julie, but it's all looking pretty good. The Honda's doing very nicely. Ayman Tarudin, April King Moscato, best of the Filipinos on 18 points. Further down, Uezu pole for both races, but only 14 points from the weekend. John Emerson and Gito picking up 11. Nazrul Izzat completing the rest of that. Okay, so the underbone is off and running. That weekend is done. We move next on to the Asia Production 250cc. This is the Asia Road Racing Championships live from the Chang International Circuit in Thailand.